Men's basketball returned from their home trip. Meanwhile, baseball team gets ready for their season opener.
All that and more on this week's edition of Monday Minutes.
Hey Ospreys, I'm Elise Lobb.
And I'm Kathryn Marsh.
Both men and women's basketball team played Lipscomb on the road this weekend.
The women's team made a strong push in the second half, but weren't able to come away with a win. Hadley Kiefer led the team off the bench with 18 points. Claire Ioannidis and Kadisha Johnson both had 16 points. The Ospreys lost 78-71.
The men's team is heading back home, but had one last road game.
They headed to Nashville, Tennessee to play the Bisons.
Dallas Moore had the team high with 27 points. Trent Mackey had 18 points. Bo Beach had a double-double with 14 points and 10 rebounds. 5 Ospreys made it to double figures, but they lost 94-87.
The women's team has one game left on the road before returning home. They'll play against Kennesaw State tonight, Monday, February 15th, before returning home to play USC Upstate Saturday, February 20th.
The men return for their final regular season home games. They will play NJIT Thursday, February 18th, and USC Upstate Saturday, February 20th. This will be the homecoming game as well as senior night.
Softball season started this past weekend in Baton Rouge. The ladies were part of the Tiger Classic hosted by LSU.
They lost to UConn twice, as well as to LSU, Ohio State, and Pacific. They will travel this Friday to Madeira Beach, Florida, to compete in the EMU Madeira Beach Invitational, hosted by Eastern Michigan. They will play Providence, Georgia Southern, Villanova, Manhattan, and Marist.
Men's tennis had a match down in Orlando against the UCF Knights on Saturday.
They lost the match 5-2 with 2 single wins. They have 2 more games on the road, one against LSU on Friday, February 26th, and against South Alabama on Sunday, February 28th.
The women's team ride a 2-game winning streak all the way to Alabama. They face Auburn this Saturday, February 20th, and against Troy Sunday, February 21st.
Friday will mark the start of the baseball season, where the team returns as favorites to win the conference as voted by the coaches in the Atlantic Sun. They will host George Washington in a 3-game series, February 19th to February 21st.
This Saturday, the men's golf team will try to build on their success from the Seabest Invitational as they head to Gainesville. Starting February 20th, they'll compete in the SunTrust Gator Invitational hosted by the Florida Gators.
Meanwhile, the women's team is off until Monday, February 22nd, when they compete in Amelia Islands Collegiate hosted by JU.
This Wednesday, the swim team will compete in the CCSA Championship. The meet will take place in Athens, Georgia from Wednesday, February 17th to Saturday, February 20th.
Joining us today are 2 senior swimmers, Amy Taylor and Janie Kennedy. Now, Amy, since we last saw you, you broke yet another school record. What has this year meant to you?
It's been a really exciting year. I've definitely been putting in the work, and the outcomes have been a lot better than I've expected, so it's exciting me ending on such a high note.
So Janie, this being your last meet with UNF, how will you look back on this year?
I wouldn't trade the last 4 years for anything. We've had great teammates, and it's been an amazing 4 years.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. For all of us at the Osprey Sports Network, I'm Elise Lobb.
I'm Kathryn Marsh.
I'm Amy Taylor.
Janie Kennedy.
Have a great weekend and
Go Ospreys!